Bowman here from BWOne.com, and it's the battle between the Windows phones, the Nokia Lumia 900 and the HTC Titan II. Both the Nokia Lumia 900 and the HTC Titan II both have the distinction of being the first 4G LTE Windows phones available on the market, and both are exclusive to AT&T. Both have very similar kind of internal specs here. They both have a single-core processor. The Lumia 900 is clocked at 1.4 gigahertz, while the Titan II is clocked at 1.5 gigahertz. Both have 512 megabytes of RAM. Both have 16 gigabytes of storage that's not expandable, but they do have SkyDrive available. So if you want some extra storage, you can use some cloud-based storage like that. That's available through the SkyDrive application. They both have 4G LTE, Bluetooth, Wi-Fi, GPS, and all those sorts of things. Both have built-in batteries that are non-removable, so you're stuck with the battery life inside of here. But yeah, as we go through it, you'll see. We'll talk about the battery life, how good each one of them are. But where they really differ here, sort of on the externals here, you can see the Lumia a little bit more of a nice unibody design. Everything's very kind of nice and sleek. A little bit more plasticky, but very solid plastic, very solid, nice build with it. 4.3-inch display, front-facing camera, 8 megapixel camera with LED flash, and 720p HD video capture on it. The Titan II has a bigger screen at 4.7 inches, front-facing camera on it, and then it also has a 16 megapixel rear-facing camera, dual LED flash, and 720p HD video capture on it here. So those are some of the key differences and some of the other things that we'll go through when we're comparing and doing this versus between the Lumia 900 and the HTC Titan II. So let's start off this battle here by going through the cameras, which is one of the biggest differences between the two of these phones. Lumia 900 has an 8 megapixel camera, Carl Zeiss lens, and one of the best cameras you're going to find on a Windows phone, but disappointingly not the quality that you would really expect from Nokia, and it's really a limitation of the software. You really only have the basic Windows Phone software for the camera inside of here. Really, there isn't any customizations or additions that you would want to see from Nokia on this particular phone, which is kind of holding back the camera in here. The camera is very similar to the camera that's found in the Nokia N9 with the Symbian-based phone, which takes better pictures than this one. So really, you have to look at sort of the software limitations on here. You don't really have any choices other than changing resolution. Go to 8 megapixels, 7 megapixels for a 16:9 shot. You have ISOs, white balance, things that you normally would see on there. Same thing in the video side of things as well. You don't really have any options for any type of sort of customizations or anything like that. But the audio is good with the video on this particular phone as well too. Some of the best I've heard as far as audio with video when you're recording video on a phone. So that's definitely good there. Now, we'll switch back to camera here. Now on the HTC Titan II 16 megapixel camera, they have added the ability to have some extra software on here. You do have the intelligent auto, which was sort of that little scene thing that you saw in there. As I took a picture there by accident, it has that little icon that shows up there to try to guess the environment that you're in and such, to try and give you the best one. You can have it on intelligent auto, portrait, landscape, sport, backlight, portrait, macro, all sorts of different scenes there. And also on the, you have different effects, smile capturing, you have resolutions you can choose from. There isn't a widescreen option, but it's 16 megapixels, so you really don't need that. White balancing, red eye reduction, image stabilizer, metering mode, all those type of things are available on there. As you can see, it's trying to detect the environment there, so that really helps create a much better quality picture on here. You also have two cool camera modes and panoramic shot that lets you take a panoramic. If you want to have a shot of a cityscape that you want to take a shot of, want to capture the whole thing, you can just press the camera button, hold it down, and kind of just snap between the different position that it tells you, just lining up the dots and such, and you'll get the really nice panoramic picture out of there, which is pretty cool. Go back out of that, and it almost kind of operates like a separate application. You can go into burst shot mode, which allows you to take up to 5 pictures at once just by snapping the picture down like that. So if you want to take an action shot, you want things kind of moving around, you want to try and get the best photo on there, you can do that as well too. So that's pretty cool to have. So go back into here. So it really has all those nice options just to make the camera a little bit better here. Now we'll switch over here to the video side of things. Obviously 720p video. You really have stereo recording you can turn on, continuous focus, things like that. Different options you can add on with there with the different effects and things as well too you can add with the camera on here. But the audio with the video on this is downright terrible. 720p video looks good, but the audio is terrible. HTC is traditional, herky jerky with, you know, audio on their video, and 720p is just terrible on here. So that's definitely one thing to know. The Lumia is definitely better on the video side of things when it comes to audio, but the picture side of things, definitely the HTC Titan II wins in that battle. Now we're going to do a live speed test of both 4G LTE phones. So you know you guys are going to be interested in the speed test here. We're going to have them battle each other. So I'm going to try and hit this at the same time and see what we get. Got there. All right. So we got 4.05 down, 4.86 down on the Titan II, 2.99 up on the Lumia 900, and 2.2 up on that one. So not the fastest LTE speeds that you would expect here on the live speed test, but we'll swap over here to the history. Show you they're both on LTE, as you can see, I'll tell you right there. History has kind of shown a little bit different here. On the Lumia 900, I've been able to get 7 down and 5 up, 11 down in DC and 2 up, 18 down and 4 up here at one point in Boston. And in the history here with the Titan II, it's been pretty steadily average around the 5 to 6 down range, and about, you know, anywhere from 1 to 4 on the up scale of things. But we did have like 11.64 in the down and 4.35 on the up. That's the fastest test I've had here with that. But overall history is kind of showing that the Lumia 900 is just a little bit better when it comes to 4G LTE. They both do, however, have the internet sharing available, which I'll show you here in the settings. So both go to both have that ability available to it. You can see there they both have internet sharing available. Just with a flip of the switch, turn it on, and you can hotspot your internet connection up to 5 different people on there. Both proven to be very good with that on both sides of the things. But as far as faster speeds, the Lumia 900 seems just to get just a little bit faster for a GLTE. Now for the screens, now they're both, you know, rather large screens, 4.3 to 4.7 here on the Titan, but they use different screen technologies. The Lumia 900 has clear black AMOLED technologies as far as the display is concerned. It's super LCD on the Titan II, but you can just see the difference in color reproduction here through the camera. As the Lumia, the purple looks like purple, and on the Titan, through the camera, the purple looks a little bit on the sort of the bluish side here, as you can see through the camera here. And also, unfortunately, they're both locked to the same resolution. It's 800 by 480, which is a limitation of Windows Phone. Hopefully they'll be able to add that in the future. That's something that's definitely needed. But with the larger, just a little bit larger display, just a little bit more pixelated on here when you're looking at certain things here. We'll both go through the Internet Explorer browser, which they both have. Load up the similar pages here that I already have loaded up here on BWOne.com, and you can see the page fits just a little bit better on the Lumia than it does on the Titan. And we'll do a little bit of a zoom in here, try to get to the same sort of point. As you can see there, a little bit more pixelated here on the Titan, not so much here on the Lumia, but that's just because the display is just a little bit smaller, and like the AMOLED technology just makes it just a little bit better in that regard. Now they both do neither one supports Flash, but they do support, you know, Flash video by just kind of tapping on it. It kind of opens up in its own the Windows built-in Windows player, and we'll tap these at the same time here. And we'll load up some videos. You can see the video quality is very visible. That's a little loud. We'll get to turn the speaker down there just a little bit. I really want you to focus here on the video quality, and you can see here with the video quality, the Lumia 900 really shines. It's a little bit smaller display, but it really shines. It really looks good with 720p display. Hopefully pop out that vibrant with the AMOLED display on here. But the 720p video, not 720p display, but the AMOLED display. This is an HD video that's playing. And on here on the the Titan II, you can see this just a little more washed out, a little more stretched out because of the larger display on here. But still looks good. It's going to be good for viewing media. But unfortunately, I really feel like that because of the larger display and me not being able to change the resolution sizes on the phone here, that and unfortunately the Titan II just looks a little more washed out, and the Lumia 900 sort of wins in this particular screen battle here. However, speaker's a lot louder on the Titan II. We'll turn the Lumia speaker all the way up. Also got a little bit of a grating on it right there. But it's at its loudest here on the Lumia, it does really sound clear. Now at its loudest on the Titan II, while it gets a little bit louder, it'll drown it out. And it basically drowns out the Lumia here. Not as clear, but just clear enough so that you can hear. Now, as far as custom applications go on here, HTC does have HTC Hub and HTC Locations, which is their navigational program here. And on the Lumia 900, they have Nokia Drive, which is the navigational program, Nokia Maps, which is their mapping program. HTC doesn't have a map program. They rely on the Bing Maps. And Nokia Transit, which is a transit application for, you know, getting around through public transportation, really isn't a solution for that from HTC. So we really can't compare app to app directly. Only one we can really compare, and that is Nokia Drive versus HTC Locations, which we'll do a little bit of comparison between the two of them now. So both the Lumia 900 and the Titan II both have real turn-by-turn full GPS navigation programs available for each one of their phones, something that Windows Phone doesn't give to you natively. They have tap-by-tap and not true turn-by-turn here. Now, we've actually used both applications before here. You saw in our Lumia 900 review, we did use it while we were in Florida. Now, on the Titan II, we didn't use the Titan II specifically when we were doing that test. We used actually the HTC Trophy, but the application pretty much looks exactly the same as you would normally see it on there. You can basically both have really nice layouts on them. I would say that the HTC layout is a little more pleasing aesthetically, I would say, and it's a little bit more responsive when kind of navigating around. The one on the Lumia 900, it sort of feels like sort of a port from the Symbian platform when they brought Nokia Drive over. Both perform definitely well as far as GPS is concerned. I do like the fact that on the HTC that not only do you get directions, she'll tell you each way to go, she'll tell you which lane to get into, and also it will tell you at the top, sort of show you all the lanes that are available and sort of hide the ones in green that you could take to make sure you go to the right turn. Something that the Lumia doesn't have. Sometimes I would like to see the Nokia Drive actually have on there, but both of them are very good navigation programs. I sort of give them a tie in respect between the two of them, but I personally prefer kind of the way the layout and kind of the way the one on the HTC Titan works. And the nice thing is that's available on all HTC phones that are Windows phones. That can grab that one on all HTC Windows phones, and then also on the Nokia Lumia 900 Nokia Drive is available on all Nokia devices. Now, as far as performance, as far as just navigating through the operating system here and going through it, both pretty much are neck and neck in that regard. Windows Phone itself isn't really slow. It's very finely tuned and really responsive operating system, and both of these phones respond to it very well. Even application loading is really fast. It's where you really see the extra speed is when the apps load up. It looks, you know, a little bit faster. They even respond a little bit faster for separate apps, but core applications themselves respond pretty much in the same way. You really won't notice the difference between the two of those. As far as call quality is concerned, I found both of them to be very well. Audio to be clear on both sides of the call between both phones. The reception is pretty good on both of them as well too. Didn't have any really cell phone reception issues, and especially on LTE was able to operate and perform fine on both of that. Now, battery life, they're very similar in battery life. The Lumia might be just a tad bit better. I would say I was able to squeeze out just a little bit more as far as power is concerned. I would get about 8.5 to 9 hours on that, average being 8 for most people, and when I said that in my review, but then when I reviewed the test, about 8.5 to 9. On the Titan II, it's about a solid 8 that you're going to get as far as a power use is concerned before you need to recharge again. But both of them have battery savers, so you can extend the battery. And if anybody is using it moderately, you're going to get about the same exact battery life. You're going to get about a full day's charge. So basically what I mean by a full day, you're going to be able to wake up in the morning at 9 in the morning with a full battery, go out, do your thing, do whatever you're doing at work, you know, live your day. And then when you get home at, you know, 5 or 6, you're going to have some battery life. Then by the time you go to bed, you know, 9, 10 or 11 o'clock or so like that, you still have some battery life, but you probably still want to recharge it back up again for the next day. So that's what I kind of mean by full battery life there. in that regard. So both are pretty good with that. Overall, between the two phones, which one would I pick between the Lumia 900 and the HTC Titan II? I really would go for the Lumia 900, not only for its value price, obviously, that's one good thing with it, obviously, but I just like the better build quality on it, and I really just like it really feels like Windows Phone on here. I really do like that. Like I said, I like the way it feels in the hand. I think 4.3 inches is a really good size for it. Overall, I do like just having the ability to have Nokia Drive, Nokia Transit, things like that available on the platform as well too, and just like the sleek look and overall of the Nokia Lumia 900 over the HTC Titan II, which is also a pretty good phone. But I think 4.7 is a little, with Windows Phone's current resolution, is a little on the big side and kind of makes things wash out a little bit on here. And while the camera is very good on here, the cost difference between the two is so great, it doesn't really make it worth it to get this camera on here. Now they're both at the $99 price tag. That might be a little bit, a little bit more difficult to decide between the two. Like I said, the camera isn't bad in the Lumia 900, but not as good as the HTC Titan II on here with 16 megapixel camera. But if you really have to be, a camera really want to take a lot of pictures and stuff like that, and if you want, you really camera, really the camera's really important to you, might want to go here with the Titan II. But my pick between the two of these would be the Lumia 900. So this is BWOne from BWOne.com. We got a battle vid between the Nokia Lumia 900 and the HTC Titan II. Reminding you, subscribe to our YouTube page, follow us on Twitter, subscribe to all of our social networks. All of that is obviously in the description. We have a link to our website to this particular video, a little bit extra content on there as well too. And always remember to live your tech world in high definition.